Welcome all. In connection with partial fractions, today we will see the topic improper partial fractions. The definition says that given a polynomial fraction, if degree of numerator is greater than or equal to degree of denominator, then it is called as improper polynomial fraction. Look at the polynomial fraction p of x upon q of x. Both p of x and q of x are polynomials. If degree p of x is greater than or equal to degree q of x, then it is called as improper polynomial fraction. So consider this example. Resolve into partial fractions x raised to 5 upon x cube minus 1. We'll name the fraction as p of x upon q of x, where p of x is x raised to 5. Power of x is 5, so degree p of x is 5. Q of x is x raised to 3 minus 1. Highest power of x is 3, so degree q of x is 3. Observe that degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator. So this polynomial fraction is improper. Whenever we come across improper polynomial fraction, we will perform actual division. So put the dividend, that is x raised to 5, inside. This is the divisor x cube minus 1. Now we want to find quotient. Observe the power of divisor, it is x raised to 3. Observe the dividend, it is x raised to 5. So if you multiply x raised to 3 by x raised to 2, we will get x raised to 5. So we have chosen the quotient as x raised to 2. So x cube into x square is x raised to 5. So our quotient is x square. So now multiply the entire divisor by x square. So x cube into x square is x raised to 5. Then this is the minus sign, and 1 into x square is x square. So whenever we divide, we'll have to subtract. So whenever we subtract, signs of both these terms will change. So x raised to 5 will cancel with x raised to 5, minus x square will become plus x square. Thus, we got the remainder x square. Quotient is x square, remainder is also x square. Shall we continue with the division? No, because power of x in remainder is 2, whereas power of x in divisor is 3. So the power of x in remainder is less than power of x in divisor, so we will have to stop the division. Now we will write the fraction as quotient plus remainder upon divisor. So writing the fraction as quotient plus remainder upon divisor, we will get the fraction x raised to 5 upon x cube minus 1 is equal to x square quotient plus remainder another x square upon divisor is x cube minus 1. Let us name this as equation 1. Now concentrate on this fraction. What is the fraction? X square upon x cube minus 1. Now again we will name it as p of x upon q of x. Power of x is 2 in p of x. So degree p of x is 2, whereas power of x is 3 in q of x. So degree q of x is 3. So in this case, now we have degree p of x is less than degree q of x. So it is now a proper polynomial fraction. So now concentrate on the denominator, that is q of x. It is equal to x cube minus 1. 1 we can write as 1 cube. So we can apply the formula for a cube minus b cube, which is equal to a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. Applying it on x cube minus 1, we will get it as x minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1. So now q of x has been factorized into two factors. One is x minus 1 and another is x square plus x plus 1. Can we find the factor of this x square plus x plus 1? No, we cannot find the factors of x square plus x plus 1. So we will call this as irreducible factor. Now the first factor is x minus 1. Highest power of x in x minus 1 is 1, so it is called as a linear factor. Now the second factor is x square plus x plus 1. Highest power of x is 2, so it is called as a quadratic factor. Further, we cannot factorize it again, so it will be called as irreducible quadratic factor. Hence, now the type of factors in Q of x is linear, irreducible, quadratic. So how we will decompose it? So the given fraction is x square upon x cube minus 1, which is equal to x square upon, we have factorized the denominator as x minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1. Now the denominator has two factors, so we will split this fraction into two fractions. First fraction will have the denominator as x minus 1 and the second factor will have the denominator as x square plus x plus 1. Now the first factor is linear, so the numerator will be a. The second factor is quadratic, so the numerator will be a linear factor, that is bx plus c. Since we have used a already, so we will use now b and c. Again remember, whenever it is quadratic in the denominator, numerator will contain a linear factor. Whenever it is linear in the denominator, numerator will contain a constant. So this is our equation 2. Now we will do cross multiplication. Let us concentrate on this fraction, x square upon x minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1. On cross multiplication, we get the right hand side as a into x square plus x plus 1 plus bx plus c. Put this bx plus c in bracket into x minus 1. Since the denominators on both the sides are same, we will cancel them. So we'll have the equation 3 as x square equal to a into x square plus x plus 1 plus bx plus c into x minus 1. Now one of the factors is linear, that is x minus 1. So equate x minus 1 to 0, we get the value of x as 1. So put x equal to 1 in equation 3, we get 1 square equal to a into 1 square plus 1 plus 1. Now here 1 minus 1 will become 0, so this entire term will be 0. So we will get the value of a as 1 by 3. We have found out value of a. Now we still have to find out the value of b and c. So we need to put some value of x. We had only one linear factor, that was x minus 1, and that value we have used to get the value of a. So now it is always better to put x equal to 0 as the second choice of x. So we will get it as 0 square equal to a into 0 square plus 0 plus 1 plus b into 0 plus c into 0 minus 1. On simplifying, we will get 0 equal to a into 1 plus c into minus 1. So put the value of a 1 by 3. We will get the value of c as 1 by 3. Now for the third choice of x, we can do whatever we feel like. We can put the value of x here, positive, negative, anything. But 0 we have already used, so we are not going to use 0, we are not going to use 1. So if you put x equal to 2 in equation 3, we will get 2 square equal to a into 2 square plus 2 plus 1 plus b into 2 plus c into 2 minus 1. So can you see 2 minus 1 becomes 1? That's why I preferred x equal to 2 in equation 3. Then we get simplified equation as 4 equal to a into 7 plus 2b plus c. Put the values of a and c 1 by 3, 1 by 3. We will get it as 4 equal to 7 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 2b. I have taken the fractional part together. which will give me 8 by 3. Now move 8 by 3 to left hand side. So 4 minus 8 by 3 equal to 2b. Simplify this equation, we will get the value of b as 2 by 3. Now put the values of a, b and c in equation 2. This is equation 2 giving you the proper polynomial fraction. X square upon x cube minus 1 equal to x square upon x minus 1 into x square plus 1, which is equal to a means 1 by 3 upon x minus 1 plus bx means 2 by 3x plus c means 1 upon 3 upon x square plus x plus 1. Now go back to equation 1, that is the equation obtained after division. We will get it as x raised to 5 upon x cube minus 1 equal to x square, that is the quotient, plus this term x square upon x cube minus 1, which is 1 by 3 upon x minus 1 plus 2 by 3x plus 1 by 3 upon x square plus x plus 1. Hope you have understood the example on improper fraction. Thank you.